disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me, as always, my podcast partners, Angel Diaz and Joe Hartley. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's happening?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Internet Network. On Mondays, you've got Raw with Mimi and Lump. Tuesdays is CTE with Chris, Los, and Travis. Wednesdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, Mike, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can get the inside scoop with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Internet Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fellas, it's showtime. What's going on, guys?
Not much, Gene. A little bit of a busy weekend. I'm sure you had a busy weekend as well. We had a tournament. The kids did real well. I celebrated my sister-in-law and my aunt's birthday also that day, so I had a long day on Saturday. And then yesterday, I got some things done around the house and, making it work.
All right. So for those, for the listeners right now, you guys don't know, Joe's having some audio issues, so we're gonna have to record on his phone. So we're making it work because I didn't want to do this episode of Fist, Kicks, and Flicks without him. Angel, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. My weekend was probably one of the most chill weekends I had. I honestly just stayed in my house all weekend. It was amazing.
Relaxing, huh?
Oh man, listen, I don't get to sleep in my own bed that much. So the fact that I get to do it on a weekend and wake up late and do all that, it was great. I got all my work done for school. I got that done Friday night, so I was on party. When you have when you usually don't have time on the weekends. So then when you have all this time, you don't even know how to act. You're like, what do I do? I read a book. That's why I started reading a book. That's what
my wife and kids are on spring break this week. Are you on spring break?
No, I'm on spring break in 2 weeks.
Okay, so you're 2 weeks off. Interesting.
Yeah. So we start spring break April. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all now. In my mind, spring break starts Friday, April 8th at 2:05 when that bell rings and everyone's up. But realistically, it starts April 11th and we go till April 18th, so a full week.
Okay, so you'll go over Easter.
Yeah. So I'll be over there during that. But yeah, man, I can't wait because you know what? Your wife will tell you after spring break, you just doing this. You just post. That's all you gotta do. We just
and the kids know the next vacation's coming up and then when everything is done. So they got a countdown.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. So
I could have swore spring break used to be over around Easter, literally either the week before Easter or after Easter. I never really remember.
It's different now for everybody.
So for me and my in the Northeast, they try to clump Good Friday, Easter, and spring break all together. If you go to I know in I want to say different states, they had they'll do it their spring break is in March, as if it's a college spring break. Then college spring break is in March, so it's it's different. So yeah.
I think that's how it used to be when I was in high school. I think in elementary school, I think it was just all ran together with Easter. It must have been after Easter because I think we had. I know we probably had Good Friday off, and then that week right after Easter, I believe we just had that whole week off. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys now. I don't even know what to say about this movie. Game of Death. I do not.
But you guys wanted to watch it. You guys wanted to watch it.
I did want to watch it. Now I'm gonna tell you something. So I saw this movie as a kid back in the day because I remember it being supposedly Bruce Lee's last movie. This movie, it just didn't make any sense. One of the things that I look forward we look for when I'm reviewing the movies is the story, and if the story makes sense. This story did not make any sense. The editing did not make any sense.
Don't even start with the editing. Don't even start with the damn editing. Don't even start with the damn editing. No,
you know what though? Because I am a Bruce Lee fan, and as a fan, like from a fan standpoint, I didn't mind the movie itself from a karate Bruce Lee standpoint, but from like a amateur martial arts critic, his movie was terrible. Even for its time, it was just awful. I mean, the idea that they were changing his face and he just put on a mustache and a beard and some sunglasses and nobody recognized him. Like
ridiculous.
I was just shaking my head like, oh, this. I mean, even in the 70s, you can do better than that. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a movie that was made like a homemade movie and someone was playing in their backyard, or if somebody was an amateur filmmaker did this, I get it. But this is a professional movie that was done, and
even the beginning of this movie threw me off because they're like, oh, he's Billy whatever, he's a famous movie star, and they start the movie filming the end of another Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
That was ridiculous.
That made no sense.
It made no sense. And then on top of that, if you in the opening credits, it says starring Chuck Norris. Like Chuck Norris is at the beginning of the movie in the opening credits. And
okay, so do they just redo that scene, or they just run the same scene?
I think they just used. I think they just used extra footage that they might have had and just put it in this movie.
What else? My other favorite part was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What'd they call him? Oh yeah, Kareem.
Hakeem. That was
Hakeem.
His name.
Oh, I thought
Hakeem.
they called him by his actual name.
No, it was Hakeem. Hakeem was his name. Yeah, I'm not going to. I can't review this movie like I normally do. I cannot do it. The reason why is because it made no sense. I watched this movie twice. The first time, me and Angel were talking about this before the show started. Angel said that that he's found it on something like called brown. You said brown sugar or something like that.
Come on, don't say it out loud though. But yeah.
Oh yeah. So if you look it up on Amazon, you couldn't rent it from Amazon, but you could do a free trial, 7-day trial of brown sugar, which is like apparently a part of
I never heard
or something. I don't know.
I never heard
it's
of
a
them.
new network.
But it was also on Tubi also. So
yeah, it's on Tubi and Pluto. But I watched it on my my secret app.
So what I ended up doing was I watched it twice. The first time I saw it, it was on Tubi, and it was just taking too damn long. Watching it because they had the commercials.
Yeah, see, I can't do commercials, especially with a bad movie.
Right. So I had to watch. So I tried to watch it a second time, and I just rented it on YouTube because YouTube had it on there for $2.99. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I did that, and it still didn't make any sense. Nothing about the movie made sense. So I wasn't able to take my notes and go through this, scene by scene. So I'm not going to do the shit. It's just not happening this week. So this is probably going to be another one of those movie reviews that's almost like anything but Game of Death. Go ahead, Angel.
So let's do this. Let's talk about, because we can't review this movie. But let's talk about what we think in terms of just. So I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna ask a question. You guys answer it. Do you think, with the fact that this movie came after Bruce Lee's death, do you think this was a good way by them adding in? So for people that don't know, in Game of Death, they use footage from Chinese Connection, from like The Way of the Dragon, from just all of his movies to until the last 12 minutes when it was really Bruce Lee. They use all different parts to kind of show like Bruce Lee is still in the movie, and then we saw like stunt doubles and fake people and all that. So you knew that part. Do you think they did a good way of still trying to like remember him in the movie? So
no, this was a money. This was a money grab. That's all this was a money grab.
Okay. So my issue with the movie was I understood that Bruce Lee died. Don't make the damn movie. Leave Enter the Dragon as his last movie, his highest grossing movie. Just leave it there, right? We had to go and see this movie, and I could not take a movie serious when I'm starting to see like high school edits where like I see Bruce Lee's face and he goes and when you see him throw a kick, it's a whole entire different person. And you can see it's like his face. Like at one point they show Bruce Lee about to throw a punch, and then at pans you see the guy's real face. It looked nothing like Bruce Lee.
Nothing like him.
It makes it tough for me to say like we're honoring Bruce Lee's legacy. Don't use the edits. Don't make the movie. Like, leave it off. I get we all want a Bruce Lee movie, and we all knew there was extra 12 minutes. Make that a trailer, and that'll forever be his last trailer he ever made, right? Leave it that way. People don't know.
Is that why it seemed like all his fights were kind of the same? Because it was like, to me, he gets in a fight, and it'd be like back fist, punch, spinning hook kick, roundhouse, spinning hook kick. Like, all the fights kind of seem the same.
Yep.
Except for the fight in the locker room. That fight seemed a little more real. And then some of the fights at the end where you could tell. But every other fight was just almost the same exact fight. He was just throwing like the same 6 moves.
Yes. At one point, I'm watching the movie and I said, man, this is like spin hook kick galore. Like he's just spin hook kicking. There was 6 people in a circle and he went and hit every single person with one kick. I was like, what the hell? But reason why we see that change at the end of the movie is because that's when he really filmed those 12 minutes. We see like the real Bruce Lee. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it made me appreciate him more. Because I was like, wow, look at how good he actually was compared to everybody else in his time. Like you can see the difference, you could see everything. I didn't like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't like the acting from the woman, from the mob.
I didn't like that from anybody. Nobody had good acting in this.
No one did. But I'm saying I just didn't like that acting when she started crying and would go nuts. She looked like Psycho. I want to be like, bitch, shut up. Like, stop doing all this. Like, I want to tell her, be like, you think that's scary? Wait till you see a fucking talking rat and turtles. that gets my heart boiling. Like, you have no idea.
Okay.
Oof, that was bad.
Hey, Angel. Help me out. Like I said, like I still do not understand the movie. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what is okay, this is what I put together. Okay, so evidently Bruce Lee's character, his name is Billy Lowe or something like
Billy
that,
Lowe.
right?
Yeah, Billy Lowe. He's a famous actor, movie star, but he's also a karate champion. Like he's
right for both. Right. And it seems like this, I don't know, this mob-like syndicate. What did they want to do? Did they want to become his manager? Did they want to sign him?
No. There was no drugs. There was no
like. They wanted control. They had control of all the other athletes, and they wanted to set up fights so they can make big money.
Oh, so they were trying to sign him to be a fighter.
Well, they wanted him to basically be on their side or die, basically.
Oh, so that's
because at first I thought that he owed him money. But then I realized, no, they wanted to manage him, and they wanted, I'm sure they would either manage him to win all the fights or manage him to take a dive.
I didn't think that at all. I thought they were trying to manage him for movies because it seemed like he was an actor. I didn't take him as a fighter. Even though I knew he could fight, I thought they were trying to manage him.
But I think they were worried. They were worried that if he wasn't on their side, he might come at him, because at the one point they were talking about projecting $30 million on that one fight with their guy.
How did you get that, Joe?
Yeah, I don't even know. That's you good
because they were talking about it. They were talking about the projection of the fights and how many people they had investing in the fights, and that if the fight didn't go the way they wanted it to, like, they would be out a bunch of money.
Man, that's good that you knew that, man, because I missed all of that, and I had to close captioning on, and I still missed that. I'm literally thinking I must have fell asleep on this shit. That's what I'm really thinking.
Because remember, I didn't know any of that. Fight. He was at that fight just like he looked like the master from Kill Bill.
Yo.
Master Poe, or whatever his name. With the long white beard. And the
yeah.
Bro, I saw him.
The beard.
I saw him and I was like, yo, isn't that guy look so familiar? I feel like I've seen
And I
him.
thought it was the same actor, and then I realized it was Bruce Lee dressed up, and I was like, "Oh, come on! What are they doing to this guy?"
So, oh man, this is so bad. Because it was like, okay, so I knew the mob wanted him, but didn't the mob also want his girlfriend?
Yeah, they wanted to be a part of her career, but I think they wanted her more to control him.
Okay, because they wanted to manage her also for her music because she was a musician, right?
Yep.
So that's why I thought that they wanted him for the acting. I thought they wanted to be involved in his movie career. Oh wow, that's crazy. Did you guys notice that throughout the movie, of course, they would show really, really close-ups of Bruce Lee's face, of him looking around or just his eyes or something like that. Yeah. But did you see the parts where they actually took his head and superimposed it on the actor's body? Did you see that? Because I was looking at it and I was just squinting like, what is that really his head moving like that? It threw me off. It looked really, really weird.
I told you he did that.
Man, no. I mean, like if it was still moving though, like it was at one point in time, like someone was behind him or they were choking him or something like that, and you could see Bruce Lee. It was actually him. It was not the actor doing this. It was actually Bruce Lee's head, but that was not his body, and it just looked. It looked stupid. It looked extremely stupid.
What did you guys think about like how they actually used the real footage of his funeral and like the whole? Like when he died, like when the streets were mobbed and all that, that was the real footage. Like that was like,
yeah.
Really...
And I wondered that. I thought that I saw that. I wondered that. I said, no, they couldn't have been this heartless.
No,
they couldn't have been this for real.
No, that was really
sick. That's sick.
That was real. That was real.
That's sick. That's a sick.
All those
man.
people.
This movie is sick. This movie is sick.
All those people storming.
Wait. You talking about sick? What about when they realized he might not be dead? And they opened up his coffin. They had a wax head.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Well, it wasn't but it wasn't as dumb as the end when he went after the one guy. We saw the one guy sitting at the desk, and we thought that he slit his own wrist, and then Bruce Lee went over to him and took the head off, and it was a man. Like, come on now, we could clearly see that was him at first.
Yeah,
and then when they switched it, it was obviously it wasn't. It was a dummy.
I don't know, man. The end of this was the whole ending was weird because he went after that guy and he slipped on his own. Like Billy Poe didn't even have to. He didn't even have to kick him or nothing. No, he fell down and he got shot and killed by all those signs.
That was the end of the movie.
Kind of lackluster.
That shit was like that's how Rush Hour 2 should have ended, but it didn't. That shit was funny as hell.
It was just so random to me. I was like, "Oh, that's how you're gonna end it?" Okay,
right. If what would you guys have done differently? Say you are the production company. Say this is your job. You're the director. You're a producer or something, and you have because I read that they had 100. Was it 100 minutes of footage that they had, or it was either 100 minutes or 100 hours? I can't remember. It could have been 100 hours. Because they didn't use, if they had 100 hours of footage, they did a bad editing job.
Yes, very much.
But so it must have been 100 minutes of footage. What would you guys have done? Go ahead, Angel. You go first.
Donate it to a museum and take all the money that would have been made for the production and give it to the family. Because it is a tragedy that they made a movie like that. It is a tragedy. Like, think about it. How could we have improved this movie knowing that everyone wants Bruce Lee? He's dead. We have all this extra footage, but it can't be spliced together in a cohesive way. Why make the movie? Like, you know what I mean? Like I honestly feel like when everyone talks about Bruce Lee movies, they don't talk about Game of Death.
No, you're right. They really don't.
They talk about it like because of like the 12 minutes. No one says go watch Game of Death. Everyone's like, oh, you gotta watch Enter the Dragon. Chinese Connection, Big Boss, Way of the Dragon. Like everyone says those movies. No one says go watch damn fucking Game of Death. Like no.
Yeah.
Like that's my issue. Like what with all that footage, what could we have done if there's no real story? Because you know it's like
I have an idea, but I wanted to hear what you guys had to say.
I don't know. I can't think of a way to make it splice together and make it look good. What would you do?
Joe, go ahead. Go next.
I mean, they should have stuck to the idea of what they originally had. They should have just executed it better. Change his face, make him unrecognizable, and then slowly have him take down the syndicate, and then wait till the end to show that, oh, guess who, and then then make that a big surprise. And then that way, one, we're not having these super horrible bad edits, and you still, you don't have to have all this random bad footage, because he's not in the movie. You have a whole other actor playing him because it's a new face.
They had 10 actors playing him.
I thought I was tripping on that because the guy did look different in different
scenes. They had in each and every scene, it was like a different Billy Lowe. It was 10 different actors.
But I'm saying, they revealed it was him right away. Like, he goes, he beats that guy up in the locker room, and then all of a sudden they realize he's still alive. Let's save that reveal to the end, and maybe you have a decent movie. But instead, they're like, oh, he's still alive. Now they're looking for him again. So what was the point of pretending to be dead if it only lasted like 2 scenes?
Decent is pushing it, Joe. Decent's pushing it.
Okay, so I got 2 ideas of what I would have done with this movie if I had this footage. Number one, piggybacking off of what Joe's just said, what they could have done is started the movie off with that original footage of him fighting Hakeem, Billy Lowe fighting Hakeem. And let's say he beats Hakeem. The next scene would have been one of those mob bosses coming in and shooting him in the face. Then you get a chance to continue the movie with him having a different face and a different actor playing him, because they do that in the movie. He's actually at one point in this movie, the character Billy Lowe is shooting a fight scene for another movie, and they pull out a gun and shoot it at him, and he shoots him in the face, and that's when the world in the movie, they thought that Billy Lowe had been killed in a fight scene. And they did that because now he's going to come up with a disguise for himself, which, like Joe said earlier, the disguise was sunglasses and a beard and mustache. And I was like, you dropped the ball.
He was my favorite part. He's drawing on one of his headshots.
Yeah,
a mustache, a beard, and sunglasses. And someone asked him, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Coming up with my new identity."
Yes.
Like, why not just put on the glasses that come with the nose and the mustache? I mean, come on. At this point, that would just make this a comedy. You know what I'm saying? It would have been better as a comedy.
You know what? Also, he already had on glasses for most of the movie anyway.
Yeah.
The actor is wearing sunglasses through most of the movie anyway. So only thing he really was doing just adding on this fake beard and mustache. When they had the opportunity, they said, okay, he got shot in the face. You saw him with blood on his face. I thought, okay, now they're going to change his appearance for the rest of the movie. And that did not happen. Which was they just dropped the ball on that one.
Did he even have a scar from the bullet?
No, he was his normal self.
So in 1978, they miraculously have better plastic surgeons than 2022.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry, you pull a bullet from someone's face, like their face is looking jacked up.
Yeah,
I don't care what you say.
Yep.
The best plastic surgeon nowadays is still not able to completely fix that up.
Mm-hmm. And then going forward, the rest of the movie could have been him going and getting his revenge because of what happened. That's one way I would have did it, piggybacking off what you just said, Joe. The other reason that I thought of what I would have did was just, once again, had the fight at the beginning of the movie with him and Hakeem, and then just killed him. And then just have someone else continue on, maybe a little brother, maybe a former student or a cousin or something like that. And they went forward with the rest of the movie, going to get revenge for the death of Billy Lowe. Those are 2 ways that I would have done the movie. And it would have made more sense than this. This literally did not make any sense at all.
No, it was all over the place.
Yeah.
Way all over the place. Even when at the beginning when he went after the doctor and he just started choking him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was literally right after his facial reconstruction of a beard and a sunglasses. Nobody knows who he is, and he just starts beating everyone up, and he starts choking that doctor out. Tell me, if I'm choking you to death, how are you able to yell? That doctor should have been able to yell, "Help! Help! He's choking me!"
Yeah.
That was a mess.
Mm-hmm. You have anything else, Angel, that you want to add to this?
Man, me personally, bro, I just thought like just overall the movie. I don't know, man. This doesn't sound messed up. I appreciate Bruce Leroy. Like The Last Dragon was made better than that. And I love The Last Dragon. Like The Last Dragon is probably like up there with my top favorite karate movies of all time. It could be the worst movie ever produced, but I'll always give it like an A+. Like that movie, I'm just like, yo, man, like.
But that's a classic movie, no matter what.
Yeah. Well, this isn't a classic movie. Like that's the problem, and that's like you're trying to make it a classic movie, and it's not.
No, this was a money grab. It was 100% a money grab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys this: what did you guys think of the fight scenes? Do you think the actor that was pretending to be Bruce Lee, do you think he did a good job as portraying Bruce Lee, either his fighting moves, his skills, or anything like that?
Which one?
Any of them. I mean, it doesn't matter. Did you like some over the others?
I just thought they were repetitive.
The one.
Okay.
Listen, the one in the locker room was good.
Yes.
The one that fought the guys, kind of like in like the Guardian Rotunda type thing, where he like spin wheel kicked like every single person. That's when I was like, yo, this is just getting repetitive. Like I feel like they were more looking for people that like be 5'4" Asian, like this type of haircut, and didn't care about the skill, and then just do this repetitive move, and it keeps it consistent throughout the movie. When the guy that was in the locker room, like he actually fought. Like I liked him. I liked the way he fought. The guy at the end after the 12 minutes was like a little like I was like, okay, like you're not that bad. But it sounds messed. I mean, this is gonna be true, but like the best fight scenes was where it had real Bruce Lee. It's just and I think that's what took away from the movie. That I get to see the real Bruce Lee fight, and then I see these copycats, and I'm like, you want to see how fast this dude is? Look at how slow he is. Like
it was kind of crazy that they literally would show Bruce Lee's real face in one scene, and the very next scene you will see that it's somebody totally different playing him, and it wasn't even close to looking like Bruce Lee. That was a little strange. What about the fight that he had with Hakeem? Did you guys enjoy that?
It was decent, but one big problem I had. Why was it that Hakeem, first off, he comes in and he's just sitting down. He gives him one boot to the chest and leaves a big old footprint on him. What was that? Was my man playing in the dirt all day or something? What was that?
I'll be real with
He's
you.
been kicked many times in the whole movie, but Hakeem leaves a big old dirty foot on him. What the hell was that?
Bro, looking at him sit down in a chair, that's scary. You don't see how tall his legs were? His knees were up to his face. Like,
what? He's like 6'7", 6'8".
No, he's 7 foot.
No, yeah, yeah. Kareem is a 7-footer.
Maybe like 7'1", 7'2", maybe. Like
I believe it.
And then this is my other thing. I felt like okay, now this is like me being like like the fighting part of it. I feel like Kareem, obviously they gotta make it like look good for the movie, but I'm like, I feel like he should have fought him from a way farther distance. Like you're 7 foot tall, you're not even getting close to me. And it's like Bruce Lee
he's almost 2 feet over him.
Yeah, like Bruce Lee could like walk next to him and there was like no issue. Like he could just be like he'll like run right through everything. And I was like, I feel like if Kareem hits me with a side kick, like I'm flying across the room. Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He had to chop him down like a tree, basically.
He did.
That was about the only way he was going to get him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't mind the fight scene. It was okay. It looked almost like it was edited because of the height difference. Like he looked so much smaller than Kareem. I mean, of course because he was, but it almost looked like it was a camera trick having him that much shorter than Hakeem in the movie. But I still enjoyed it. Did you guys think it was weird that wasn't the end? Like there was still, was it two or three more guys after him?
No, it was him, and then it was just the boss.
It was 2 or 3 bosses.
No, oh yeah,
it was the bald guy. And it was the I think the first guy that came to see him, and I believe it was one. I don't know. I'm not going to go back and look, but I would have thought that Hakeem would have been the last one. That he got rid of.
I thought they would have ended the movie with the real Bruce Lee.
Mm.
That's what I would have thought.
Yeah, they should have had some footage to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about this damn movie though.
Hey, so you know what? Fuck it. Let's just start doing our normal brainstorm now. So, because
wait. This is gonna have to come up because it's all over the place. The slap right around the world.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm
real
here for it. Let's
It's real. It's real.
Oh, it's real. Oh, it's real.
You don't think it was
no?
So I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys when I first saw it.
I'll tell you why though, Joe.
When I first
I'm curious to hear. I think it was real too.
When I first saw it, I saw the American version. So you just saw a slap, and on the slap itself, you just see the slap. It looks like it didn't look real. When I got to see after what he was saying, and you see like the kill in his eyes, I was like, oh no, he slapped the shit out of him. Like that was a real slap. That was a real slap. But let's talk about it. I'm here for it. Let's go. I got my food. Oh, I'm ready. Let's go.
Justified or unjustified?
Justified.
Gene?
I don't know about that.
Now, this is my thing. I think Will Smith should definitely put pause on him. Do I think it should have been in that moment? That's up for discussion.
No, because you're opening up a horrible door by justifying that. Number one, I think it's real because there's no man like somebody in Chris Rock's position is not just going to allow somebody just to come and slap the shit out of me. That's not going to happen. Like, what does Chris Rock have to gain by allowing that to happen? Nothing.
But my thing is, how come no security stepped in or anything? Like,
he probably people have fun at these award shows, and this is Chris Rock and Will Smith. Like, they're not known for violence. It ain't like it ain't like that was Suge Knight going up there.
Right.
Going up to 50 Cent.
Chris would have got 2 in the ribs. He would have went pop. He would have been down.
So they obviously did not think Will was going to assault him. So no. So that's why I don't think security had anything to do with it. I mean, why they didn't interfere in that. Now, as far as justified, okay, the joke that was made, yes, it was inappropriate, right? Because
it's a joke.
I understand that, Joe. I understand that. Now, me personally,
he's a comedian. That's what he does.
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. If we say that that's okay to do, then there's going to be a whole lot of comedians going to be slapped, and a lot of people are going to start getting slapped also because you can justify if you're insulting me.
Are having trouble right now because they're all getting canceled for making jokes that are just jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're going back and checking people's Twitters from years ago before all these things were a problem, and now they're canceling people, and it's just a joke.
Yeah,
calm down.
Me personally, I didn't know up until a couple of months ago. I didn't know that Jada Pinkett Smith had alopecia. I didn't know that.
Me
either. People have said that she came out about it a couple years ago.
She came out.
I
never knew. I didn't hear anything about it. So it is possible that Chris also didn't know. You know, he's a busy guy.
It wasn't like he's
a busy guy.
Joke. And really, the lower hanging fruit, if you want to make fun of the Will Smith family, the lower hanging fruit would have been to go after what was said on her podcast.
Well,
and he didn't even touch that. So frankly, I felt like they got away.
He was going to. He was going to because after the slap, after Will Smith said what he had to say, you see Chris go, I'm not even gonna, and then he just kept moving forward because he in his mind, you could see like he was gonna be like, dude, I could end your whole family right now. But
I wish he would have. I would respect him more. That would have been great.
Oh, he would have got the shit out of him.
Chris was looking after his career, man. Like Chris is not in the position of Will Smith. Will Smith is at he's up there with Tyler Perry, 50 Cent. When it comes to entertainment, and as far as movies and stuff, The Rock, like those are big heavyweight, superstars. Chris Rock is not on their level. Like he could have got blackballed. Doing or saying the wrong thing to Will Smith. So he kept his composure. Plus, both him and Will Smith are in their 50s. Nobody want to see two 50-year-old men fighting on stage. No, we do not want to see that, man. No, Angel, no.
We saw Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson. I want to see that.
They're fighters. They're fighters. They could fight, but no, we don't want to see two entertainers fight. I don't want to see that, not one bit. So now, like I was saying, we don't want average people, and I've seen people say this, different women online say, yeah, I want a man to defend me just like that. Also, okay, well, that guy that does that is probably going to catch a case. He's probably going to have charges. You just cannot go around slapping somebody because they said something. Now, if I was Will Smith, I'm gonna put myself in his shoes. He could have said what he said from his seat without slapping him, and Chris would have known it was real. You know what I'm saying? If he could have said that twice like that,
I'm gonna be real with you though. I would have said it first. I still would have went and slapped you.
If you're Will Smith, nothing's going to happen to you. If you're Angel Diaz, something's going to happen to you.
A lot of people were also saying, if you noticed, he laughed at the joke.
He did.
And she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he got up. He looked at her face like, oh man, I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch tonight.
No,
I gotta go do something.
Yeah, she said, I'm gonna call August, and then that's when he got up. That's what happened. She said, "Oh, August will take care of it for me." Then he got up. That's what happened. No, I mean, he probably turned and looked at her and saw that she was upset. And Will Smith has been getting shitted on for the last 2 years. Because
you shouldn't put that kind of shit out there, man.
I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, I guess if you're saying that he should have told Jada, like, look, we're not about to put our business out there, because none of us knew. No, none of us knew if they didn't put their stuff out there.
We knew what happened in our own way, but they had to go and share it and open it up to the world to speculate. And like, we don't need to know that. That was literally for her podcast and her ratings for her podcast. And now you all put yourself out there, and I think that's what really is bugging Will more than that joke.
Because the joke wasn't even really that. The joke really wasn't all that funny.
It wasn't funny, and it wasn't that bad. It was no big deal. It was everybody would have, if that slap never happened, we wouldn't be talking about that joke right exactly.
now. Like, everyone would have forgotten about it. It was really, really a really, really forgettable joke.
I agree.
And all he said was G.I. Jane Part 2, coming soon or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it really wasn't that funny, but it is what it is. She felt disrespected, and I think that Will slapping him was frustration for everything that has happened over the last 2 years. All the different memes, all the different jokes, all different things. Like, I mean, he had reached his boiling point, I think, and he took it out on Chris. I don't think he would have did that if that was Jimmy Kimmel who said that. I don't think he would have did that if that was Dwayne Johnson who said that. I don't think he would have did that if
Dwayne Johnson said that and Will Smith goes and slaps him, a rock bottom and the most electrified move in all of sports and entertainment is happening on the fucking stage. I'm saying like, yo, Dwayne Johnson would have got smacked. He would have flexed his little steroid muscles. The whole entire suit would have combusted. He would have been like this. Boom, boom. And then he would have went over. He would have took his bow tie off.
Man, okay, so you guys cannot see this because you're listening to us, and Angel has forgotten that we are on a podcast.
Oh, and he would have dropped him. I'm
If you
like,
smell
bro,
what
literally,
the
he
rock
would. You know
is
what?
cooking.
No, I know you guys. I've seen it. I know you've seen it. He would have did the rock slide. You guys ever seen a people's elbow where he went and he like slid?
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah, I
He
seen
would have
it.
took the bow top and then he would have grabbed the mic and he would have been like, "If yes," he would have did the whole thing.
That's good. That's good TV right there.
And guess what?
I might actually watch the Oscars.
We all would have been sitting here saying this. The Rock still got it, man. He still got it. He still got it.
No, if we would have saw that, if something like that would have happened, we would have been saying, "Oh, I can't believe Vince McMahon is about to put on The Rock versus Will Smith at WrestleMania this year." That's what we would have been saying.
He would have cut the best promo right there. Mike Gibbs would have been like, "Fuck it, that was my shot. I missed it. I could have did
it." They might need to do something like this because the ratings have been down for all these award shows because nobody cares. So maybe let Vince McMahon get in there and start producing stuff. Why not?
So
why not? What could it hurt?
One thing I don't like, that I found out today, that this is the part that sucks about it, is like they say that the Oscars, I think it was the first time or something like that it was like produced by an all black cast. And I'm like, man, like we don't even get to hear about that because now we're gonna talk about this damn slap that's gonna overshadow the whole entire show. Like what could have been like a good, like, you know, a good like monumental thing moving forward. We're not gonna get that now. So like that, the thing I don't like about the slap, man, is like in a way. So like I think it was Summer Lisa. She got an Oscar right after that, right?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
No, I'm saying like I think that's what I read.
Okay.
I think she was the one that got the Oscar. Like literally, that's what Chris was trying to announce, right? What I don't like is now we overshadowed her moment for the and I don't and we can say it overshadowed everyone's moment.
They said Will Smith won an award and got up there and got real emotional.
Yeah, so
we're talking about protecting families. So
yeah, so what people don't know is this, like that was his first Oscar he ever won.
Yeah.
He never won an Oscar before. He's been nominated so many times and lost to Denzel. That was the first time he ever won. And I'm like, damn, what? Like, if they take that away, that's how you won your first one. And then you got it taken away. You know, the part that also sucks, like I said, man, is just like, no one's going to remember that person that got that Oscar right after that. It's always going to be.
Dude, who got the Oscar when he played Ali? I think he should have got something for that. That was a good movie.
It was either Denzel or Jamie Foxx. Every time he got nominated, he lost to either Denzel or Jamie. Because when it was The Pursuit of Happiness, American Gangster came out.
I'll give him that one.
And I think it was Ray when Ali came out. I think
that's a tough one too because those are two good movies.
Like he lost to good movies, and I'm like, yo, like those are all time great movies. Like, so, but yeah, man, that's the thing I just don't like about the slap.
Yeah, and but if he does lose his Oscar, you had a good moment standing up, but all actions have consequences, so you have to
or no.
I mean, it depends. It depends on the rules, whatever the rules are, man. But even though taking it away, it has you know what? I don't think so. Even though the rules could state that they should do it because of violence. But he got the award because of his acting skills in a movie. So it shouldn't be taken away because of that had nothing to do with his acting. And if his role in that movie was better than everyone else, then yeah, you got it. And who would they give it to? Somebody else? Like how are they gonna feel? Like, I really didn't win this. They just kind of took it away. I got it by default. I kind of backed into an Oscar. You really don't want to win an Oscar like that anyway, So I don't think they should really take it away. But for those people out there that's listening that think they can just go around slapping people that insults you, just know that your actions have consequences.
But then for those people that think it's also cool, man, I'm not saying in terms of the joke part. I'm just saying in terms of general, like know the line for what to talk about, what not to talk about. Because for some people, your kids, your family may not be that that may be like the crossing point for some people. So you gotta.
I feel for comedians, man. Honestly, because like we're getting to a point now. Like I don't know what you can talk about. If everyone is going to be okay with this, of him slapping him, then I mean anybody could be offended by anything. And more situations like this will happen.
It's going to be a boring world because most of the comedians I listen to are very, very edgy, and most of them should be more popular than they are, but they get all their popularity on podcasts because that's the only place where they can keep going with what they do. And they end up kind of getting pigeonholed into just one little corner of comedy when, I mean, they're funny people. They're very funny. They're very smart, but their comedy is just too edgy for, our politically correct America.
I want to say something to Chris Rock. Okay, this is the perfect opportunity to enroll in a martial arts school. And defend yourself. This is the perfect opportunity, sir. And I would like to give you an invitation. I would like to offer you.
Kick martial arts.
That's right. Come on to Detroit. We can train you. That's right. You're gonna get trained in Detroit, Mr. Rock. I'm gonna train you in the hood. It's gonna be just like Rocky and Apollo in LA when Rocky was getting ready for Mr. T.
All right, come on.
And Chris Rock, we guarantee you'll finally catch that chicken. I promise you.
What's up, Angel? What's up with you and chickens? I mean, we poured this out. Hey, right, for you guys listening, Angel told us we got to do the show quick because he got to go do some. He got to cook some chickens with his mom.
Listen, it's shake and bake. And Angel helped.
Listen, bro.
You ready for some chicken tonight, huh, Angel?
Oh yeah.
What kind of chicken? What kind? Is it fried? Is it baked or something?
Oh no! So So this is what I'm gonna do. Actually, so all right, here you go, guys. I'm gonna show y'all some of my culinary skills. So we're actually gonna like pan fry it, right? But we're gonna put some Spanish seasoning on it, right? So some adobo. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's different. Don't. Oh, so it's like a red cap, right? You go and get it go the international section, like where the Spanish seasonings are. It's a red cap, so it's called adobo. It's pretty much, honestly, bro, it's like garlic powder. That's all it is. So it's pretty much what it is, but put a little bit of that on my chicken. I don't know how everybody else does it. Some people put like paprika or all that. I like to put herbs on it or some oregano just to give it a little bit of a different flavor. And then I'm gonna pan fry it, right? And I like for my chicken to be like nice and juicy. So when I cut into it, it's like smooth. Then I have it the next day, and I'm good to go, man.
Angel and his chicken. Wow.
Oh yeah. I love chicken. I love chicken. See,
let me ask.
I'm not a big fan of air fried chicken. I don't like air fried chicken. And baked chicken, I'm like, Grilled chicken, love it. Fried chicken, number one. Pan fried chicken, I'll take it.
Do you have some type of sauce on it?
Oh yeah. I got some Frank's Red Hot over there.
Okay. You put that shit on everything, huh? We are not doing a commercial. That was straight off the dome, off the top, but that shit just kind of fell into place.
But no, I really do. So like before we even jumped on, I was gonna tell y'all, hey, I might be a little late. I gotta go get some Frank's Red Hot sauce from Stop and Shop.
All right, lastly, we just stretched it out. I told y'all we wasn't gonna talk about this movie too much. Anyway, what do y'all want to watch next? We got a couple of minutes. Let's throw some things out there. What we gonna talk about? What we gonna watch?
I feel like I picked up a bunch of movies.
I'll pick something.
Technically, it's Mike's turn.
It is.
Y'all don't have right.
When he's done with the zoo.
Angel, I'm gonna pick something. Actually, I'm gonna take something from your era, Joe. Let's watch Rush Hour. Since we were talking about Chris Rock, let's go with another Chris. Let's go with Chris Tucker. So another one that's not afraid to get up on stage and say some controversial things. Sometimes, actually, he doesn't do it anymore. Back in his younger days, not anymore.
You don't want to get his ass beat. He knew what to happen to Chris Rock. He said, "I can't handle that." Like
he probably would. He probably would make a joke about it. Now, one comedian. I don't think I think Dave Chappelle would have had a comeback for Will. If that happened to Dave Chappelle, Dave would have said something. Dave would have said something else.
He would have said something crazy.
He would have said, "Oh, you want to do that? Now watch this." And he would have went like way overboard.
Yeah.
Yo, so Rush Hour, can we do the whole series or no?
I don't care.
It's only 3 movies.
Yeah.
I know, that's why.
But the first one's still the best.
So we're doing all 3. Let's go. Because now.
Okay. So at least we ain't got to talk about what we're doing for the next few weeks, and we're already gonna know. So we're gonna start the Rush Hour series. That should be fun. That should be pretty good. I've seen them all, of course, and I like them all. I don't think I like the second one as much as I like the first one, and I think the third one is okay.
The third one is my favorite. The second one is The first one was really good.
The first one's the best. The third one's good, and the second one had more potential. It's kind of like the Karate Kid, where either you like it or you don't, because they go over to his hometown, and I think they could have done a lot more with it. But they're all good movies.
Okay, and him and Jackie Chan were supposed to be doing the fourth one. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, they've been talking about it for a while now. So hopefully they'll knock that out and get it done. So yeah, we'll do the Rush Hour series. That should be fun. You guys got anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, I'm good. Hopefully I can get this sound thing figured out next time.
Okay, sweet. And yes, Joe, to answer your question from earlier at the beginning, I did have a good time. All of the kids had a good time at the tournament. I've been texting with some of the parents. Like I told Angel also, these kids, this was their first time. Just by all of the kids that we had show up on Saturday at the Champions Challenge in Lapeer, that was all their first time. And, we got three win first place for the first time. Another one won second, another one won third and fourth. And then we even had some other kids come out. They drove an hour just to support their teammates. So that was really cool. Also, they didn't even compete. They just went there to watch. And, of course, the funniest thing, 2 of the girls that won first place, both of them were like, Mr. Plowden, this was so easy. You didn't tell us it was going to be this easy. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Yeah, Angels. Yeah, they both came up to me and said that. And I said, okay, all right, all tournaments aren't going to be like this one, enjoy it now. And then, we're going to get back out there and have some more fun.
They had to work for it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Sydney didn't really. Sydney didn't. But, we had a good time. All right, guys. Anything else? Nope. Good. All right, everybody. You guys stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you guys next week. And I'm about to hit our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.